Good morning, YouTube. Sunday morning for a garden update. Today we're at the lower garden, the one that's at the low part of my yard. I videotaped this yesterday and I had maybe about a minute of footage and I immediately became quite embarrassed at the amount of weeds that I had, so I got in and took care of a bunch of the weeds. But these are the Walla Wallas. They're sending up some green shoots and they're looking pretty good. So we have maybe another all of August, and I'll hopefully have all of September so that they have time to bulb. But they're looking pretty good. The red onions, as you can see over here, are a little disappointing. They have not progressed. Those red Zeppelins have not done as well. Carrots are looking good. I have thinned them, and so far what the problem is that they're running into some compacted and hard soil below this soft layer. I probably should have rototilled a little deeper when I initially planted the seeds. So what we'll do is just kind of wait on them, and I think we'll probably wind up harvesting them and getting some short stubby carrots, but there's enough here. We should see some nice carrots come out of here. This row of tomatoes was given to me by a friend, and they went in very late. Now I've already put down some grass and bedding at the bottom, and they're coming along, but what I'm going to do is and they're all Romas, I'm just going to let them kind of fall over. Some of them have stakes, but I'm not going to worry about staking them. I'll just let them grow naturally, keep bedding on the ground, and they should be okay. A row of beets. If you remember that this was the flooded area of the garden. Beets are looking good. These are Detroit Reds, and let me take a look. It's got some small beets in there. You know, they're tiny. Some of these could be picked. I'm going to wait a little bit longer though. Here's an interesting heirloom variety down here. These are Cylindria. Never tried them before, but they look a little woody. Probably going to be harvesting these pretty soon so I can rototill this, compost it, get some lime and 10-10-10 for my fall crop. And I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to put in here, but as the weather gets a little cooler, I think I'll put something in, maybe broccoli or something along those lines. Tomatoes are looking really good. The Better Boys, and you can see how I've been pruning these over time. I just added, very productive here too. I've just added a bunch of lime to the bottom, and they're coming along very well. Everything's still green though, but it is the end of July, so that's typical for us. I usually don't see edible fruits until sometime in August. I do, however, have one. See this here? Nice tomato. It's a San Marzano. Similar to a Roma. And I also have another one that just turned red right in there. So these plants are doing very well. This mess here is really a couple different things. I have pumpkins in here, and I also have spaghetti squash. And the pumpkins are kind of been a little bit late. There's a small one there. And let's see if I can find, oh, there's another one there. This one looks like I got a little cut on it. And I have another one growing here in the sunshine. Nice looking guy there. Nothing too big to write home about, but the big ones are the spaghetti squash. These are all Romas here and Better Boys. When you take a look at that spaghetti squash there, I mean, That thing is just enormous, but it's still pale in color, so it's not ready to pick yet. I think I have about 5 or 6 of them that are about that size. Hey, there's a little, that's what we need, a little honeybee. Sorry to disturb you. So, walking down the row, one thing I learned this year that I didn't last year was to space out enough room so that I could get in and out. And other years I kind of let the tomato plants do their thing, and I never prune them as much as I've learned to prune them now. The result has been rows that I can walk in, much better air circulation, not as much disease. Last year I had blight and just so much other things going on, and this year by pruning these things and staying on top of it, and some of these do need, like this one, this will need to be pruned, and I'm going to take care of that today, but just not a lot, just, you know, take some cuttings here and there and give this fruit the ability to breathe a little bit, and we'll be good. Let's show you some more of these spaghetti squash. I mean, I actually love spaghetti squash. There's one over there you may not be able to see that is easily larger than a pro football. I mean, that thing is huge. But I'm going to leave these things on and let them ripen, and then we'll harvest them. These are the habaneros. You can see the pumpkins have taken over, but just starting to, boy, look at that little stinger on the end of that. Whew. These are going to be really, really hot, and they'll be fun to put in some foods. These are the red bell peppers, and as you can see, this is what I was embarrassed to show you, these weeds that I don't know what they are, but they're, let me pull one up here. They are so annoying. They grow like a ground cover with a relatively shallow root, and they are just they choke off. You have to do it every week. They're just constantly growing up around the plants, fighting this torn tendon in my knee that I did running. My days of running are now over. I'm done with that, but I never really had knee problems in the past, and the last 2 weeks have just been almost unbearable. Here's that fall crop of beans. I wanted to put them down here, and they're doing very well, very well. And this is just a mixture of different pepper plants that I had down at the far end, and I had to move these pepper plants because they were getting flooded. And by drying them out, as you can see, the leaves, you know, they were just completely injured by all that water and all the other problems that were happening down at that end of the garden. But we're starting to see some peppers form. These are Hungarian yellows. I have some more of the habaneros. This pepper plant's actually doing very well. As you can see, some really nice fruits on there. So that is a really quick update. You can see my little friends were here. I don't know if you can tell what kind of tracks those are, but that would be a young deer. So good news is they didn't eat my beans, but what they want those tomato plants. I've had years where the deer have jumped this 4.5 foot high fence and have gotten in and literally stripped all the leaves off my tomato plants. So thankfully they haven't found a way in. So that's pretty much it. That's the lower garden update on this beautiful Sunday morning. I want to thank everybody for watching. Also want to shout out, have a link below to Jim H. Jim H is someone who I recently started subscribing to, another fellow gardener in Kansas, and has some really beautiful flowers and tomatoes, and thought he could use some additional subscribers. So go and check out Jim H, and I'll have a link below. Hope everybody has a great Sunday, and we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you all in the next video.